Naturalism the inside, wearing blinkers for the first time. He trialled well in them, I believe, on Monday at Moonee Valley. Now the line is set. They're off in the autumn stakes, and the first to jump out, Lorando, ready to explode. And Jolly Old Mac commenced well, and getting away quickly towards the inside was Dapper's Hope, followed by Famous Nick, and just in behind them, our Bowl Cruiser. And a bit further back, My Wandering Star on the outside of Turgeman, who's second last, and Delilah's last of all. Racing down the hill, 1100 a run. An even race now, and on the inside, Dapper's Hope by a half length to our Bowl Cruiser. Lorando is third on the outside of Naturalism, a length and a half. Jolly Old Mac, followed by Famous Nick and My Wandering Star. And they were being followed further back in the field then by Turgeman, who's on the outside of Delilah, ready to explode as three deep as they come down the hill towards the 800 metre mark. Dapper's Hope doing it well by a length to our Bowl Cruiser. 2 lengths away, Naturalism on the inside of Lorando, and the white blinkers a length and a half. Jolly Old Mac, followed by Famous Nick, and over on the outside, My Wandering Star. A couple further back is ready to explode, followed by Turgeman, already being hard ridden, and Delilah last of all as they're making the home turner. 500 metres left to go, and Dapper's Hope under a tight rein leads them into the straight by a length and a half to our Bowl Cruiser. Lorando running home well down the outside, and here comes Jolly Old Mac unwinding his run. Naturalism in behind them. They're followed by Famous Nick and My Wandering Stars. They run to the 300. Dapper's Hope is the leader. Lorando. Jolly Old Mac is finishing on well down the outside, and then Naturalism coming down past the 200 metre mark now, and Lorando has taken the lead from Jolly Old Mac on the outside, and Dapper's Hope battling on well. Lorando is the leader, and Lorando too good, and Lorando's won it from Jolly Old Mac, tight for third. It's either Dapper's Hope or Naturalism who finished on well. They're followed by Famous Nick, ready to explode, followed by My Wandering Star and Delilah, and a long gap to Turgeman, and last home to finish our Bowl Cruiser.
Great slalom technique from Jean Sebastian. Look how he's stepping into the turns and carving them tight. Classy skiing.
Welcome to Randwick, Channel 9 viewers, for the 5th event of the day, the Will H. Ogilvy Handicap. And conditions have been deplorable here practically all day, and they're certainly no better at the moment. Coming into the 5th event of the afternoon, of course, we had a sensation in the previous race, the Superfecta, when only 5 horses completed the course, and the Superfecta pool had to be refunded. Now up goes Superfellow, and he's going into line now. Superfecta pool, of course, in the previous race, as you were aware, was negated. Now Superfellow goes in here, and they're just about set now. Race 5 coming up. Superfellow on the outside of the field, ready for a start. Starter on the ladder. Should get them.
Ready now?
Someone's not happy. They're just about set, waiting for one or two of these to settle. They're off. Now Superfellow began very quickly over on the outside. Tamerlane looked to miss the start. Getting away pretty well was Tobermory. He slew on the inside, and Legal Agent showing a good deal of pace, and so too is Name in Vain. And Pillaman is just behind that bunch. Now as they come to about the 700, Name in Vain on the outside led about a neck. Second on the inside is Legal Agent, and Superfellow on the outside just behind them. 1.5 then to Tobermory. Slew, and they were closely attended then on the inside next by Pillaman. Then Curse Taught on the outside from Hopeful Joe and Garrot, and then Western Gossip. Captain Kidnap a long way back, and Hopeful Joe's run right off. Coming up the rise now, and Superfellow on the outside, join Name in Vain. Superfellow going better than Name in Vain at the moment. Legal Agent just behind them, and Tobermory Slew at the head of the others. Superfellow's running about a bit. He shifted in on close to Legal Agent, but he's got that horse beaten and is starting to draw right away over the closing stages. In third place, Tobermory Slew, and Superfellow goes on to a most impressive win. Scores comfortably. Second, Tobermory Slew. Third, close now, because Legal Agent has weakened and Tamerlane's come down the outside to be in a photo. Then Name in Vain, followed by Curse Taught. At the head of the others, Western Gossip. Next home then was Captain Kidnap, and then Garrot, and the last Pillaman and Hopeful Joe, which ran off at the top of the straight. Now official placings in the Will H. Ogilvy Handicap. Number 1, Superfellow, ridden by D. Beedman first to give him a winning double in consecutive races, will return $3.30 and $1.50. $3.30 and $1.50 for number 1, Superfellow. Second will go to number 5, Tobermory Slew, ridden by Jamie Innes, to pay $2.10. And it's close for third between number 4, Legal Agent A.G. Robinson, to pay $1.80, and number 12, Tamerlane, ridden by Malcolm Fitzgerald, to pay $5.80. So the numbers will be 1 first, 5 second, a photo for third, between 4 and 12. And now for Channel 9 viewers, back to the movie.
The competitors quickly fall into single file, following the footsteps of the man ahead rather than labouring to forge a separate trail.
Crampons off, skis on for the downhill leg of the race.
Go back.
While some are hurtling down, Holland's Willem Cruet is about to reach the top. There's Britain's Ewan Mackenzie, still 8 miles to the finish. But look, he's far too close to the edge.
Joanne has always been very, very good first up, and is expected to win this race, although she's at a much better price, I think, on course than most people expected. Joanne going into the line. We wait for All Archie. Petrero has gone in. There's one of these horses, riderless, now being led up, but the remainder of them have moved in pretty well. Barrandar Boy's gone into the line. Joanne is there. Petrero, Sedgwin.
Yeah, he's still got the blind card on, yeah?
And they're just about set now. Expressway Stakes coming up, and the light is on over at the 1200 metre point. Petrero edging closer to the $1 million. There's about 50,000 short of it at the moment. Now they're set. Racing. Petrero missed it a little near the inside, and Joanne from the outside got out very well. Barrandar Boy is going with her on the inside. And when they get properly going now, Joanne out about 4 or 5 off the fence, leading about a length now from Barrandar Boy. Zinder's going through to third, and Sedgwin fourth on the inside, and then All Archie, Quicksilver Cindy and Petrero as they go over the 800 metre crossing now, and Joanne's advantage is a length and 3/4. Barrandar Boy is running second, just over a length away third. Sedgwin on the inside. Zinder's about a half behind him on the outside, and just behind them, wider on the track, is All Archie going up sharply. About a length further back, Quicksilver Cindy and Petrero last as they come to the bend. Joanne will lead them into the straight, about a length to a length and a half. She's come out 2 or 3 off the fence. Barrandar Boy running second with Sedgwin, All Archie on the outside. Zinder's close to the inside, over the rise now, and Joanne is the leader with All Archie putting some pressure on her on the outside, and they've got away from Barrandar Boy. Joanne has answered the challenge. All Archie's under the whip, struggling to get to her now, and Joanne has drawn away from him with Barrandar Boy third and running home fairly Petrero. But Joanne keeps her first up record intact. She's strolling away near the line. Joanne clear of All Archie and Barrandar Boy, and that's the way they finish. Joanne first, All Archie second, Barrandar Boy third. Petrero's run on solidly for fourth. Then came Zinders on the inside, and Sedgwin and Quicksilver Cindy was last to finish. Great performance by Joanne. She's never been beaten first up in, I think, 6 or 7 campaigns. And she's led all the way today, and although challenged briefly by All Archie on the rise, had him beaten quickly once Kevin Moses asked her for a final effort. Number 5, Joanne, trained by Jack Denham for Mrs. J. Ford, by Masquet from Miss Corinto, and has now won 14 races from 21 starts. A 75% win record. It's amazing. Number 5, Joanne, $2 a win and $1.50. Second place to All Archie. Number 3, C. Carmody will pay $2.90, and there won't be a third dividend for Barrandar Boy. So it's 5, 3 and 4 with number 2 officially fourth in the Expressway Stakes. More shortly.
The goal, first to cross the finish line without crashing into the boards, advances to the next round. The winners of the heats meet in the finals, which determine the goal. One of the most exciting aspects of the Winter Olympics is watching a sports hero in the making. Names like Franz Klammer, Dorothy Hamill, and Eric Heiden conjure up images of athletes who have reached the very top in their sports. Well, here at the Speed Skating Oval, we may be adding another name to that list. Norway's Johan Olav Kaas. He is the current overall world champion, and he's very aware of the winning tradition in this sport in his country of Norway.
Been a big go. 9-2 Marine Park, Val de Grace 10-1, 40-1 Allure, Jovialas 50, 33 on Bolera, Chiletto Lady at 250-1. And the field just about set here for the second last on the card. Oh Pretty Woman is the last one to move in. Marine Park drawn nicely in barrier 6. And Oh Pretty Woman moves in, gates are closed behind her. Race over 1,200 metres, there's the light, they're off. And Chiletto Lady was the first to jump out, but Oh Pretty Woman's missed it by a couple of lengths, getting out quickly on Bolera. And Jovialas is showing speed just behind them, and Marine Park is getting up into a handy position, followed by Latin Halo and Camilla. And going very fast from the outside, Holiday Lover being followed by Greet Our Guest, and Val de Grace is next, followed by Giorgio. Moving up quickly along the inside after that slow beginning now, Oh Pretty Woman, followed by Acid Lee from Aragon Queen. Bassie's Pride third last with Makeup Lady, and Allure is last of all. 750 to go on. Bolera reached the leader, led by a length. Chiletto Lady, Holiday Lover third on the outside of Jovialas. Marine Park in behind them, going around them. Greet Our Guest, Latin Halo, Val de Grace, Giorgio. At the head of the others, Camilla, Oh Pretty Woman, followed by Acid Lee as they make the home turn. And Aragon Queen is very wide, straightening up with 400 metres left to go on. Bolera takes the lead from Holiday Lover. Over on the outside, Marine Park is joining in, and just in behind them, Val de Grace is finishing on very fast down the outside with Giorgio from a long way back. Holiday Lover takes the lead from Val de Grace on the outside, and then Giorgio. Holiday Lover being tackled by Val de Grace, looks to be going the better. Val de Grace hit the front. Here comes Giorgio down the outside. Val de Grace just in front, going to the line. Val de Grace has won it. Val de Grace has won it from either Holiday Lover or Giorgio, in a photo for second and third. Then Bassie's Pride made up a ton of ground, followed by Marine Park, Greet Our Guest, Oh Pretty Woman, Acid Lee, Aragon Queen on Bolera, Makeup Lady and Camilla behind them, followed by Latin Halo, and then Allure. Jovialas second last, and Chiletto Lady has run last.
The logistics of media coverage become a major challenge when faced with the adversities of 600 square miles of Alps. The scattered venues, the altitude, the weather, the enormous number of people involved, plus the international aspect of the Olympics, make technological perfection critical. The International Broadcast Center, a huge 240,000 square foot complex located in Moutier, about 16 miles from Albertville, will house all participating networks, including CBS. More than 1,000 people will be on hand to operate and maintain this new state-of-the-art communication center. More than 2 billion viewers will be captivated by the world's greatest winter athletes when they compete for Olympic gold. What is seen on television is dependent upon what happens inside this building. The human and technical resources are considerable. So is the $15.9 million that went into making this the best equipped and most efficient facility possible. The abundance of equipment is astonishing. 5,000 television sets, 1,000 video recorders, 62 miles of cable, plus 500 radio and television links broadcasting around the world. The 16th Winter Olympic Games carry a high price. It cost CBS $243 million to obtain exclusive rights to broadcast the Olympics in just the United States. But despite the costs, the French Olympic Organizing Committee remains confident that all participants will benefit from their investments. One American athlete who can sit back, relax, and enjoy the games on CBS this year is 1988 gold medalist figure skater Brian Boitano. Although relax might not be the best word for Brian, he's just completed an arduous figure skating tour with another 88 gold medalist, Katarina Witt. For Brian Boitano, life after gold has been anything but relaxed. Yesterday, Brian Boitano was in Norway. Today, 20 hours later, he's back home in San Francisco. Tomorrow, he leaves for Los Angeles. And this is an easy year compared to 1988.
Actually, my life was even worse in 1988 right after I won the gold medal. I actually was home a total of 1 or 2 weeks. I can't remember. I think it was 1 week the whole year. So it was difficult. But what I had to do is I had to readjust my priorities and say, I'm not going to do the little things. I think to keep fresh and to keep good at what you do, you have to really limit your schedule so that you have some time alone and to train and time on the road to perform.
Training and performing. They are still the two biggest priorities for Brian. Since his glorious gold medal performance at age 24 in Calgary, he turned professional. But instead of joining the conventional ice show, he developed his own program.
I started my own show because I'm a serious skater. I want to keep improving. The schedule of the conventional ice shows was not for me. They had, 6 shows on the weekend. You can never keep up your skating if you're skating on a schedule like that.
Brian invited two-time Olympic gold medalist Katarina Witt to become part of the show. The two stars now skate together in this, their 3rd season. But Brian is quick to point out that this is not pairs skating.
What Katarina and I do is not considered pair skating because we're not that good at skating together. Our forte still is skating alone. But what we do, it's kind of shadow skating. We match each other. I think we do a darn good job at it. It's closer to ice dancing, I'd say. I mean, it's great working with Kat. I mean, it's nice to have something to share with another person on the ice.
Although Brian has the creative freedom and control very rare in the world of professional skating, he's still a competitor and still improving. But the International Skating Union bans professionals from Olympic competition, while other sports federations have liberalized rules to allow stars like Michael Jordan and Steffi Graf to compete. The skating union has alienated its athletes.